So we are here with Bev Crandall, the CEO of Lions Foundation of Canada Dog Guides. Hi Bev, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good, so good. I'm excited to be here. Can you tell us a little bit more about what Dog Guides of Canada is?
Okay, Lions Foundation of Canada is a national charity that assists Canadians with a physical or medical disability. We provide them with dog guides at no cost. Our goal is to increase Canadians with disabilities, their safety, their security, and their mobility and their independence by providing them with a dog that is trained to meet their specific needs.
So how many dogs do you have coming out of this program every year?
It ranges depending on the number of matches that we can make, but it ranges anywhere between about 175 to 200 dogs a year. So we've helped over 3,000 Canadians from our inception, from 1983. So matching 3,000 Canadians with a dog to help them in their day-to-day lives.
And that's impacted so many lives, so that's incredible. And I heard you had about 7 programs here at Dog Guides. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
We do. So currently we have 7 programs. We started with our Canine Vision program, which is for individuals that are blind or visually impaired. Then we had a hearing ear program, and that's for someone who is deaf or hard of hearing. A service dog program for someone with a physical or a medical disability. Typically we'll be using a mobility aid. Seizure response, which is for people who have epilepsy. And then our last one is facility support dogs, which is a little different in that it's for a professional agency to support them in their support with people who've experienced trauma or something like that.
And what is your favorite part about seeing the dogs that you've trained over the 7 programs going home with families and making such an impact on them?
I think that's just it, is seeing the impact it makes, not just to the individuals, which is profound, but also to their circles, their families, their support. I think all the work that our dogs do is pretty exemplary, pretty amazing, but sometimes we have stories that are just amazing. So we had a client that was in her power chair returning home from an outing. The power chair got stuck in the snow, and she just couldn't get it out. So she asked her dog to bark for help, and the dog barked and barked and barked. Across the street in a high-rise building, a few floors up, somebody heard the barking, saw a dog with a vest, went down and was able to push her out of the snow to get home. And you know, being medically fragile, it was a really scary situation for her. So it's pretty amazing things like that can happen. Obviously there's a profound mental health impact too for everybody. It's a very positive thing for people, but the skills the dogs provide really impact their lives and change their lives.
So the reason Dog Guides is able to do what you guys are able to do is basically because of all of the generous donors. Can you talk a little bit more about why it's important that people are donating?
So raising a dog guide, it's a big process. So starting from our puppy program, where we breed our own dogs with specific skills and traits that are going to make them good working dogs, to our foster family program where families foster a dog for a year, to bringing them into our training. That's a big component of our work as well. But then on top of that, we have the client side of things, where clients then have to come in to be trained to work with their dogs. So there's both the dog side of things and the client side of things. And in order to do that, that costs upwards of $25,000.
Per dog?
Per dog. So it's not an inexpensive proposition, and we provide those dogs to our clients at no cost. And we don't get government funding. So without government funding, we rely heavily, solely on the generosity of donors.
I work in the foster puppy program, which helps care for our future dog guide puppies. For about a year, our puppies are temporarily adopted by a volunteer foster family. They teach our puppies the basic skills and socialization they need for a solid foundation for their future as a working dog. My role is to help support our foster families, which includes teaching puppy classes and helping with any challenges that they may face.
So you basically have the best job in the world. You just get to work with puppies all day. What is that like for you?
Yeah, working with puppies every day is definitely super fun, but it's also an essential role to ensure our puppies are as prepared as possible for their future as a working dog. I also really enjoy getting to work with such a wide range of volunteers. It's a great job, and it's great to see their dedication to our program. Our foster families must live within an hour and a half of either Oakville or Breslin, Ontario. Each puppy and their family are required to attend training sessions throughout the year. This helps us ensure that each puppy is following the same set of skills they'll need before entering the official Dog Guide program.
So we are here with Nova, who is training to be a hearing dog guide, and she is going to alert her trainer when the sound pops up. So we're going to see that demonstration right now.
Girl, what is it? Yeah. Yeah, atta girl.
we are here with Maria, the communications manager. So tell us, a lot of the donations that you have come from these events. What are some of the most successful events that you've had?
Yeah, so we're a national charity, so we rely on these events in order to continue to provide dog guides. One of the most successful events that we have is the Pet Value Walk for Dog Guides, and that takes place in approximately 300 communities across Canada. It's a fundraising walk, so people get out there with their dogs or without them just to walk for us and raise some money. All of the proceeds come back to the foundation. There's no application fee.
So Pet Value Family of Stores is our feeding partner. So they provide all of the food for our dogs. And you can imagine, that's a lot of kibble.
And I heard labs like to eat a lot, so.
Some of them do, yes, yeah. So that's a really generous partnership that we have, and we rely on them to help us with that aspect of our program.
So something so cool about this program is you're providing these dogs at practically no cost to these people. So how can someone go about applying to receive a dog?
Well, we have an application process, and it's they have to apply for a dog online, so www.dogguides.com, and they fill out an application. We assess the client's application. Someone goes out to visit with them to determine are they able to handle the dog, what their situation is, so that we can find a good match for them.